This is Rich Vision, and I'm here to bridge the gap between music and mental health. I will be speaking about shame today because a lot of us go through these different situations where we feel ashamed to speak out about the things that we go through behind the scenes. And this video is presented in this fashion to empower you to get the help that you need and that you deserve. This video has been on my mind for a week or so now because of the fact that I've carried a lot of shame in my life where I, behind the scenes, was going through a lot of issues. I would put on a front in front of everyone like I was okay. And deep down, I was really broken and empty, and I was chasing all these different things like accolades and money in order to feel like I was fulfilled in life. And that's just me being real and transparent, not for pity. I strongly believe that shame is something that we all um, have the privilege of going through because of the fact that there's something about shame that brings us a story. And I challenge and I urge you sh- to share your story of shame. You know why? Because that story is a testimony for other people to bring them out of mental slavery. And there's a lot of people who are in mental slavery because of the fact that they carry this weight of shame of what they did wrong in the past or what they are doing wrong in the future. It could be something. I was going through a situation behind the scenes with someone who I regarded as a mentor of mine, and long story short, it didn't work out, and I carried the shame of not feeling like I was enough as a person to continue to pursue that professional um relationship I had with this individual. Um and it has it has everything to do with the perception of like wanting to get better and not being ashamed of that story of that. Oh, like I feel like a victim because like I feel shame in this regard. Like I feel shame that I was in this situation with this person that in my eyes belittled me in a lot of ways, and I refuse to give this person power anymore, which is the reason why I share my testimony and share my story verbally, because no one should have power in my life unless it's God. And I know that for a fact. And even if you're not religious, I want you to know that there's no shame in any story that you have, because of the fact that it sets you free. You know, it's cliche, but it really does. Like if you hold on to all this shame, all this resentment, what type of person are you gonna be in your life? Like, how is that gonna propel you forward? You know, this new year is about hope, vision, greater things, bigger opportunities, and it's about forward momentum. So, like, you know, the shame is has everything has everything to do with past moments. Even it could be present moments where we feel ashamed of like, oh, I did this person wrong, and I had shame that I spoke to this person in a way that I thought was appropriate, and a person took a different way. Am I ashamed? Absolutely, I'm ashamed because this person is not in my life anymore, and this person was here holding space for me when I couldn't hold space for myself. And I realize that now that like sometimes we carry the shame because we feel like it's all we know. And I'm saying here to get the help that you need. Why? Because when you get the help you need, you help other people get the help they need, because people are looking for someone else to be that leader figure in a lot of ways, because they may not have that person in their life that is showing them the way, and the that straight line that okay, there is hope, there is the other side to this, you know situation that I'm in, this light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, and people need that desperately. So your shame is a story. So don't be ashamed of your story. Like, this video is to empower you to share your story. Even if you feel like a victim, I felt like that many times when I was going through the situation, dark moment. However, I noticed that it was eating me alive, not to share the things I was going through, because of the fact that there's people that I know that are in need of it in my heart. So it's like every single day, like, I don't share a song, I don't share something that I'm doing musically or anything. And it's not like to promote myself, it's more of like to share the things I've been through and experiencing through motivational content, so that other people could say, hey, wait a minute, I've been through this and he's sharing his story. Why can't I do the same? You know what I mean? And get the help and get the therapy and use the resources available to me, to get the help so that I could live a fruitful life, a life that is, liberating and empowering and encouraging. Um, that's pretty much what I desired to say in this video. Please get the help you need, and please don't be ashamed of your story. Everyone in life has a story. Not everyone has these. It doesn't have to be a rag to riches story. It could be something like, oh, I went through this situation and now I'm getting the help and counseling that I need in order to um, be a better person and live my life to the best of my abilities and to be the best version of myself. And that's what it is. It's about using my story or using your story as a way to propel other people forward. It's like, yes, you have a story, and yes, it could be liberating and it could be scary, to share the story. And there's a lot of times where I was just like, times where I didn't want to share my testimony, but because I was so transparent, people were just like, "Oh wow, I didn't know you went through this," and it helps you become human, because a lot of people don't know what you go through behind the scenes, because of the fact that not everyone knows your ins and outs, and not to share more than you have to. It's more about like transparency, and when you're transparent with someone who really decides to help you get better mentally, for yourself, and to be an aid to other people who are in the same situation. Everything is just for a reason. Your story is for a reason. So with that being said, don't be ashamed to share your story. Don't be ashamed to have um have help. You know what I mean? I struggled with having to say, oh yeah, I need therapy. You know what I mean? And it feels like, oh, like I need help. Like people gonna say something about me, and it's like, no, it's not about that. It's about like, I want to be better for my community. I will be better for my community, and people around me, because of the fact that I openly decided it was in my best interest to get the help that I needed and that I deserved. So get the help that you deserve.